Kickstart this morning's business news focusing on the latest statistical data as retail sales figures for June paint a mixed picture. On the one hand, it's been squeezing consumers that has slowed down on spending as interest rates rose along with pressures from high food and fuel prices. On the other hand, though, some green shoots in different parts of the economy show positive growth. Business reporter Kopano Gumbi has more.
The latest retail trade figures show what consumers have long been feeling. Their rands are just not stretching as far as they used to, and now they're cutting back on some essential goods as well. Overall, retail sales contracted by 2.5% year-on-year in June, with some of the biggest contractions coming from parts of the sector like general dealers and household repair stores.
I see general dealers pretty much like a store like a Checkers or a Game that sells a bit of everything. So a bit of groceries, a bit of electronics, a bit of DIY goods and so on. So that is really the reason why we got the big negative numbers. This sector contracted by, I think it was 5.7%, and it's the biggest sector among the subsectors. So it's about a 45% weighting in the retail calculation.
There were some areas which saw positive growth, but even then, it wasn't enough to stop the negative slide.
Whereas I think what's more interesting is both the apparel and food retailers have come out positive this time. The apparel retailers more so than the food retailers, with the apparel retailers growing 5.7% for the month of June.
The data demonstrates the challenging position the South African economy finds itself in after severe lockdowns, stagnant growth and natural disasters.
So there's conflicting signals, and I think this is really a reflection of the stop-start mode of the South African economy. Just as we start to gain momentum in one sector, we get a headwind in another, and that holds back, and if you just look at it overall, thinking about something like the impact of load shedding that has hit, on all fronts, June was a month in which we were quite badly hit by load shedding, especially towards the end of the month. So I think that could also have had an impact particularly.
And while some consumer spending has buoyed the economy post the lockdown, that looks to be coming to an end.
Retail sales declined by 0.4% month-on-month in June, and this follows a decline of 1.2% in the previous month, which is May. Taken together, this suggests that retail sales slid by 0.8% quarter-on-quarter and will therefore detract from the second quarter GDP growth.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Kopano Gumbi in Johannesburg.